So build log number 2 on my LED rope dart and eventually nunchucks. Focus, there we go. So again, the trinket connected to 2 strips of the WS2812 addressable red, green, blue LEDs. So again, one pin. If you can see, there's the one green. Losing control. The one green wire right there controls both strips. All you do is you just split that out, and then it comes down here. Major update is the battery. It was not working off of just, I think it was the number of LEDs. There's 35 LEDs per side, so 70 LEDs per strip. But what I did to power this is I gutted an old aluminum flashlight. So hopefully you can see the base there, and I'm using the power button for the old flashlight to positively turn on and off the stuff. There's a little bit of delay after I turn the lights on, as the trinket needs to initialize and do its thing. But this is how it goes. All of this should fit, and I'm gonna get the HDPE polyethylene tubing to go all the way up to just above where the battery unscrews there, so that can actually all fit in one tube. I had to excavate a little bit of wood from the center stick to be able to place one more battery than the battery housing would take. That's the connection that connects to the switch on the end of the flashlight. The aluminum versions of those flashlights, the cheapy little Harbor Freight crappy LED flashlights, they're not crappy, they're actually not terrible, they're just cheap. The aluminum is used as the conductor that gets it down to the LED lights, so if you want, all you have to do is just make a connection to the housing of that, and she turns on. So that's power in. Positive lead comes over, connects over to the aluminum housing there. I tried soldering it, but my soldering iron is not the greatest here at the house, so I could try it at the hackerspace, but you might notice that is, that is not soldered. That's just wire wrapped a bunch of times. It's 22 gauge. It's actually Cat 5 cable that I've routed because I was starting to run out of the thicker wire. Here you can see a custom made negative battery terminal. I'm gonna turn this off, and bear with me, you're gonna see darkness. I'm still here, the video's not over. I'm unscrewing the cap on the battery set so you can actually see what that looks like. So the batteries are out, and you can see all that is thick copper cable just wound very tightly into a mass, and then moved over and then soldered over to the negative lead on that. Going into that, the positive lead goes in here. Then you have one battery that will connect in like that, negative to positive, and then that goes into, connects to the battery housing that comes in the flashlight. So that connects to that battery, as you can see, like that, and then you have the top of the top of or I guess the bottom of the old battery flashlight, and that is the switch that connects right in there. So that's actually the electrical system, and of course the positive system connects over there. So we actually are able to utilize that push button switch and all the robustness of that housing for turning this on and off. So that's the project. Next, I need to get it in the HDPE tubing, and then we're happy. The tubing that I have is just a little. What I'm finding is that, like, once I get everything, there's enough friction points in here that I can get it about 2/3 of the way down. So I'm either gonna have to heat up the tubing that I have, or maybe go with a slightly larger tubing to house this all. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do on that for the nunchucks. This is gonna be a rope dart, but the nunchucks, if I actually get around to that particular project, they're definitely gonna need to not be too big for my hand. So I need to figure that out. So yeah, maybe I'll think about rejiggering how I do this for nunchucks. So but that's the project, and build log number 2 complete.